Welcome back. I'm tasting some wines from the northern Rhone Valley, and next wine up is a Cournas, which really is has become one of my favorite appellations, I would say. Partly because I think that the wines they manage to combine that old and rustique charm, plenty of character, yet most of them today are of course a bit more rounded with clean, pure fruit and nice levels of concentration. This one is from Domaine Alain Verset in 2007, which was a very clean and stylish vintage of from the northern Rhone. As usual, these wines are fairly dark and intense in color when they're young. And oh, I love this nose. You know, in here we get a lot of freshly ground black pepper. There's always something meaty in there, almost like a hint of steak tartare. And I think one of the characteristics for most Cournas, I always do find a hint of incense in there. And I think we can feel, I mean, in terms of fruit, I mean that Cournas is really the southernmost appellation of the north, because the wines, they very often they do verge on, you know, being slightly not jammy in the sense of the wines from the south, but this one I could find some hints of blackberry confit, blackberry jam, and tobacco, and a lot of things going on. You know, don't mind about the individual components, but you know, intense dark fruity, spicy, very pleasant. It's a nice bone dry palate, despite that indication of sweetness you do get on the nose. It has a nice dry mouthfeel with plenty of fruit. It's a really full wine, but I think it's really polished in terms of tannins. It's not austere or firm in any way. The old Cournas used to be, you know, aged at least 15 years before they were drunk. This one, I think it's showing a nice combination of modern winemaking, but yet with that character I was talking about. It stays on the palate for a long while, with plenty of black fruit, tobacco and spices on the finish. I could drink this already today. I would perhaps decant it and 30 minutes prior to serving it, and of course this is not a wine for fish or for light dishes. This is rather a wine for fall, for winter, and it's a wine I prefer to have with game, with pigeon, with roe deer, and some of those dark fruity earthy spicy notes. You know, I love them with black truffle. I think it's almost made for each other. So imagine a nice fillet of roe deer, creamy fettuccine with some freshly grated black truffle in there. Ouh la la, c'est bon ça.